through it. And I think it's not always about having a right call, but just giving a direction so people feel.
Yeah, I think that's just the most important part of the game.
Speaking of IGLs and the greatness that they offer,
There's two of them.
here's two of them. NIP with the big brains. Navi on the other end as we near the solution here, folks. 3-0 is the NIP lead at the moment. Gun round's about to come through.
Who's the best IGL of all time, Connor?
The best IGL of all time? Well, I mean, if I'm following everybody else, I have to answer Kerrigan, it feels.
Okay.
I like that Glaive got a shout out there from Nitro. I think that,
It's a
again,
little bit of pressure to, you know.
Yeah, if we
if
talk-
Glaive was saying there, I feel like round. the history of Navi, the history of the best players, IGLs. And now, on the 4th round, we're back into the game.
Time to play some counter.
Did we miss anything?
I think we got it all.
Okay.
I think you left all stones.
Turned.
Yes. No stones unturned. All flipped over. We also touched on Brolin's potential very briefly. Well, don't forget about it, right? Ace already, 3 rounds into this game. Kid pops off in pistol. We got weapons up. Simple's playing with an auto shotgun in the first gun round of the game.
I love that. The GOAT.
Whipping out the noob tube. Setting it up over here on this A site. Electronic comes out from Arch, wastes no time, fixates here on lane side, and from the top of Graveyard, instantly shuts down Alexi B. So bomb hits the dirt, they pause for a moment. Peek out from balcony goes south for SDY. Simple still awaits them with this auto shotty, and it works, at least for the first. Electronic grabs himself a second on the round. A last bullet tap into the face of Frez to allow Perfecto to slide through, and Navi, it's a gun round win.
I don't think Electronic has ever reacted to getting a clip in his life.
Not once.
Never even done like the O face. Like, damn, I'm good. Nope.
He's got bigger fish to fry.
Yeah. Literally, 3 bullets here.
1 bullet.
1 bullet. Oh, gross. Res-like. Brothers.
And Navi on that board. Simple buys
He
another.
He buys another auto shotgun. Really?
Or did
Okay.
he survive?
Did he
Probably
survive?
survived, yeah.
Okay, maybe he did. But he also spent all his money. I'm sure. I mean, it's not like it didn't work.
True.
It's not like it was a bad idea. And it does just make so much money.
But now he's facing forward on that A site, right? I think playing in that one corner, I'm like, how many positions, how many times can you really rinse and repeat with an auto shotgun on this A site of Inferno? I think he plays the most obvious of spots.
Yeah,
Maybe inside of the balcony of apartments, but pressing into short towards Boiler, that seems like a crazy task.
he just cleared mid with his auto shotgun. Yeah, I think the only bad thing about it is this, that he's not really as useful as a B rotator. He's not really useful versus Arch if there's a split coming in. But if it's lane and he can sit on cold and he has teammates alive, it's a really strong gun. I mean, it will blast you away. So let's see what he can do.
This just seems so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, is there nobody on this team that's going to tell him, no, don't do that? He'll try to prove the doubters wrong, but at the moment, they're all going Arch. And
Oh boy, it's coming.
yeah. Oh, just gets smashed back by Rez. Gets
Oh, what?
a site all cleared out. They wrap around that Arch side, nothing to slow them down over towards Moto, so Ninjas in Pajamas just straight through that A site and right to the 4-1 lead.
I didn't even realize how fast that R trap came in, so.
It was very slow until it wasn't.
Yeah. I guess they were anticipating some more lane pressure a little bit faster, and it never came, so. Yeah, really nice wrap there. Rest in peace to. This one's made by Ego Death. Know that.
What is made by Ego?
The skin.
You really good for. Damn, I didn't know that. Out here teaching me.
Once he came into my stream when I wasn't live and donated me $500.
And you weren't live.
I wasn't live.
Why would he do that?
That's altruism, I think. No, but I knew who he was. He said, thank you for all the YouTube videos.
Damn.
He made like a little chatterbox
Yep.
and some other cool ones. He puts monsters on his.
I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Quick work the first 5 rounds.
No.
No auto shotgun this time around, so we're beyond that. All right, that was chapter 1. It's over. It's the first character to die off in this novel. No one will miss him. Oof, late one. First bombardment of utility, it all kind of dried up. Roland gets pelted by the follow-up. And that's going to be Bit floating around towards the top of Banana. Immediately, Perfecto peels off to go join Simple. They're going to start moving players from what was predominantly lane setups into having now Simple on Arch, right? So clearly in response to what the Ninjas have been whipping at this A site in the first few rounds. Simple, in fact, playing ahead of the utility and catching S-Attack with a grenade in hand. So well-timed on the peek down mid for a 5v4 to Navi.
This will move them forward into an attack on the B site.
Met by Smoke with a gap.
Yeah.
50 damage nade on Perfecto.
Now, the smoke just isn't very good. I don't think this can be a one-way, of course, but yeah, it's too big of a gap for it to be a lineup. It was freestyle there from Perfecto, moves into the site. It's info, it's something, but now both CTs are here and Simple starting to make his way over as well. See if he can ready that flash in time. Oh, he doesn't have one, actually.
He's trying to run over. Brolin gonna get bested by Simple through the smoke. Good lineup. Alexi trades one out of the site, but they forget about Perfecto for that moment. Simple still close on that CT cross. And as the bomb gets picked back up, it's gonna be the remaining members of Navi all coming at this from CT spawn. Simple still well ahead of it. He may not have had a flash, but his teammates do arrive with utility. A couple blind shots through the stained glass. And Ninjas evacuate the bomb site. Hamp is playing inside of the little pit. Alexi, soon this smoke will fade. And they're hanging on with guns out, catching Sumdai Young as he just runs back site. Electronic presses in, and Hampus, that's a double. Alexi gets tagged down to 70. Simple's got a health disadvantage. Tries to run down this gunfight, but Alexi plays it cool. And then as Simple comes back, there's still no time. That is Ninja's fifth.
Yeah, I actually wonder if Simple dies. So close. Whoa, okay. Of course, he knows how far he can get. Nice kind of pre-fire there from Hampus and Pool. Should have been kind of an easy trade for Simple's teammate. I can't remember who it was. And look what Simple did right here. Got his kill through his smoke on the defense. And then I think only one player actually gets a kill in the site. So we just consistently see kind of mechanical failures coming out of Navi in these favorable situations. But a decent attack from Nip. They do that 4v5 as well.
Wasting no time as well, right? From losing that first fight, Simple peeking S-Tag on alt mid, straight into the B hit.
Rolling gets Knights in the back to start this round off. And something Navi have not been shy about is just always getting that one gun on Simple as many times as possible.
Boy.
And he's actually almost carried hard enough on these rounds to win.
This is a gun round. Brolin's dead, no doubt, but 5-7 can't clean him up. It's Simple's AK, the one rifle here for Navi. He's got plenty of targets. Tries to go back to where he picked up S-Tag on that previous round, but now it's going to be Sumdai Young to play the contact. 50 HP, peeks up. Nice clean kill versus Hampus, and nobody to stop him from grabbing it. What? He opts not to.
He's worried about getting chased, I guess, from Boiler, but oh, the 5-7s are still going crazy.
Tearing him up inside of middle. Brolin down to 50 health on that early banana fight and loses res. So he's got everything to do. A lineup potentially. And Sumdai Young doubling back around.
Wow.
It's not even Simple's AK, but the 5-7s that prevail.
It was patience right there. I mean, some damage, but they knew the attack was coming into A. SDY just prioritized staying alive. I guess, you know, AK does roll down the stairs a little bit, and Perfecto helps him out a ton. Wow.
Ninjas get a little stringy. Navi get a little punchy. That'll leave the T side bruised. Lifting in with a couple of Galils. Look at that, 3 AK setup here for Navi. Nice freebie of a gun round. And Bit's gonna keep this one focused on Alexi, locked into the logs. Still a few grenades here for Navi, but it's a smoke first and foremost, and the majority of the Ninjas just back up.
And again, way more active on Banana at this tournament so far.
Do you like that change?
I do like it, except Bit has not been fragging that well. So you've seen it kind of bite them where it could be a cool look. I mean, I've always felt like Navi played too passive on Inferno, but it was a weird criticism because they still won a lot of their really important matches on the map.
Perfecto.
And there he is.
look good for the first two. Res and Esatag traded out. If there was only 2 players here, it's clear for the taking, but Electronic is that third, and they don't even suspect a damn thing. Res, gonna get away with the plant. Well, it makes things a little more interesting, but Simple very quickly gonna clean things up. Hampus in a 1v3, tries to go into the new box. Simple disrespects the CT cross, and a third one for NAVI, but a little extra money for Ninjas. That's the, repayment for those free AKs.
Well, yeah, they hang out at the top of Banana, which I feel like NAVI actually, NIP, were not expecting entirely, and the trades are decent enough, and that's like bid on the board. Perfecto gets one on the hold, which they couldn't do on the last time they played more passive spots. And now NIP will call a timeout after getting eco'd, and then losing the follow-up rifle round. Still a pretty decent start for them, though. 5-3.
Got a few rounds in early. It was never going to be an easy match as they punch upwards.
Yeah.
First timeout called, but no guns just yet. Does feel like, Navi, honestly, with the departure of Boomich, that's when they feel like they lost that banana control, right? He always was the specialist up on those sandbags, exactly where we're watching Bit play.
That's a good point, yeah.
Yeah, and so they lost that piece of their puzzle, and now
Bit can't do it like Boomich, man.
Nah.
King of the sandbags.
Big shoes to fill. So we'll see if they can continue to lean into it, but SDY did good things with that 5-7 from Boiler inside of apartments, now attacking it from the other side, and versus pistols, not with one. Hampus dead in an instant, and every other ninja looking to creep into this A site. It's actually the double apartment setup. Got a second player in there, so
wow.
SDY's got the space to just play freely, and with that space, collects a second head. Res dead.
SDY, as soon as coming into Na'Vi, started playing Pit, and was very academic about the way that he played his position. Everything was a lineup, every nade was lined up, every movement was based on some kind of timing. Was not very loose at all. I think it was a really good approach. I think he did well. I mean, not star player levels inside of the Pit, but decent. And I think now has started to loosen up a little bit, add some variety to his positions. Be more free about taking some fights.
Smoke down. Gives access to the arch side, which opens up the A-Rap. Electronics running over. And Sumdai Young into the pit. Holds it all off. So this one goes down nice and smooth. SDY up to 9-5. 4 anti-pistol kills. Queue him up. Na'Vi very quickly cutting away that Ninja's lead. You think the 5-7's in a good place, or do you think it's overpowered?
$600.
$600.
Final offer.
I would still buy that bad boy for 600 schmeckles.
That's how you know it would be a good update then, if it's still worth it.
Right.
No $500 pistol should one shot. I'll die on that hill.
Okay. Oh, ouch! No, down to nothing. Straight crisp. But Brolin comes out into Banana and trades that one back to Bit. I didn't catch how Sumdai Young got dropped to 30 health, but that'll be a bit of an edge here for the Ninjas. Still trying to vie for a little bit of banana control. Electronic doesn't want this one to go away for free, and if timing is on his end... Ooh,
that's an interesting idea.
Yeah, interesting in potentially a bad way. But it fades. He's got Perfecto with him, and Perfecto! 1 mag, 3 kills. Guns down the entirety of Ninja's banana setup. Hampus left reeling in a 1v3 versus 2 players who are very low and with enough time to make this happen. But he's going to be greeted by a smoke grenade and a fully HP'd Simple on the other end.
I mean, they're definitely playing in some new ways. Like, I don't think you would ever expect Na'Vi to do a double phase of the smoke on banana like that. I can't remember the last time I've seen them try that.
It's kind of like a, double setup in apartments. The last round, Sumdai Young, Simple right there. They're doubling up. It's the buddy system. Last thing Hampus wanted was another smoke to land there.
Ugh, so boring.
And now, oh! Wow, he got away. That's crazy.
Doesn't know how lucky he is.
Hang out in the kitchen, fry up some eggs.
Sir Stroming.
Oh, this is Stroming?
Yes.
It's disgusting.
Yes. Like he can air cure the tobacco in here. I always imagine them hanging up little packets of snus.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
Yeah.
That way you can reuse them. I hear they taste better the second time.
Oh, yeah.
Nice and clean for
Perfecto, all three.
To be honest, we were so fixated on electronic in the smoke, I didn't even realize Perfecto was playing the half wall. I'm
I
sat
did.
here. You did?
Yeah, because I'm a genius.
Oh, damn it. Confirmed. A humble one as well.
Humble. The most humble. Nip goes straight into another timeout. It's like, what are Navi doing right now? Why are they doing all this new stuff on us? There's so much resistance on Banana. It's like, as soon as they played one passive setup and lost, they said, we're never playing in the site again. It's a tie game, and now the 1 AK buy will go to Hampus.
Justifiable, I'd say. He saved it, so he gets to use it. Getting active here, Navi.
Simple did this to Liquid that other
I
round.
was genuinely just thinking about that
Yeah.
exact same round. Killed a Liege and then NAF, I'm pretty sure.
I think I don't know if the stats show it, but I think Simple overall has just been a much more aggressive player at this event.
Yeah, Furia changed him.
Yeah, we even saw it Rio versus Furia. He was being like so aggressive, even with his op. Didn't work out for him in that match, but so far at the fall final, it's been great. He's been doing good.
No skin shown here from Navi.
Here's the flank. Okay, Simple waits in the underpass.
Love this.
And I hear some running up Banana, which means they don't think he's here. Oh, that's the bomb.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Two
let's
bullet
see.
burst into the side of Esatag.
He'll decide when he wants to come back and fight. We'll see.
Every other ninja just turns back like, oh, do we have to go deal with this? And honestly, a quick dink will bode well. Sumdai Young looks to add himself to this flank, and that could very well catch them off guard, especially with the trajectory of the nade coming from ramp. But, oh, Brolin!
Oh, no bullets hit there by SDY.
Yikes. And Simple,
Uh-oh.
lucky to be able to cross back. He's going to stay inside of the apartments. They just sprint into that A site. Nicely done from the ninjas.
What?
To suss an opening out of this situation.
That was such a lost round, and now it's...
Bless
Well.
Brolin and his Tech-9 headshot at the bottom of mid for making this even seem somewhat possible. Can't forget, of course, no armor across the board for the three remaining ninjas, but Alexi B has played this so sneakily. Stuck around towards mid, and if Perfecto didn't exist or had gone Moto, then those two CTs would have a Tech-9 to the back of the dome. Res from pit, insta-execution into bit. And then that allows for Brolin to keep things tucked on sight. Time starts to become an issue, but so will that AK spray. Low HP on the remaining CTs, and the bomb is not for Rez. He picks off Simple, tries to peek, and just at the final second, Perfecto saves the day.
How? Oh, poor Brolin. Oof. That spray was a little messy. There was a chance there for him to get that kill kind of easily, but it didn't work out. This is ridiculous. You know, at this point of the round, 2 players are watching the Banana flank, 3 players are sitting in sight, and Nip know they're being surrounded. I feel like they were lucky to get back onto the A site, but then they even had a 4v3 and still lost. All in really good positions, so yeah, that's confidence-inspiring round here for Navi, and also their 5th in a row.
Bomb was also so close to blowing up.
Yeah.
It's a costly one, but round win's a round win, and Navi...
And I think that bomb plant, actually, because Simple crossed into halls, they didn't want to plant with anything open to it. So put him in a weird position. Crazy how many times Simple's just been peeking into mid with his rifle.
Feels like there's opening kills to be had, and isn't wrong.
He was also doing this versus Liquid a lot as well. He's waiting for the smoke to come up. He's been doing it no flash on top of it. Oh, they both go down.
Yeah.
Good coverage.
Nicely done here from Ninja's presence of mind to watch both sides, and now try to transition real quick into this A hit. 30 seconds to the clock. Consistency in flashbangs. Backs turn. Damage done. Hampus is low. So is Rez. Electronic tries his damnedest, but simply too many bodies. And now Perfecto has to ask himself whether he presses into this clutch.
Those were excellent flashbangs. I mean, Electronic gets 2 kills there, and he gets flashed 3 times continuously as the run-up comes in.
Would have loved to have taken a probably earlier fight than that last stand.
Yeah, so good that NIP both were aware that smoking coming up and the threat that the peak might come into mid, because that's something they've been doing. This was a little bit new where they peak from both sides, but they made sure to watch both sides as well.
Protocols in place.
Yeah, so that's well earned. Yeah, that's such just good
really
advice.
good, yeah.
That's just that should be on a poster. Oh, we need one of those motivational posters, the Hampus. Wherever we go, just clear every fucking angle. That should be the new NIP motto. Every CS player could learn from that. I mean, what, he says it in such a way that it's like, why isn't that just always true?
Very matter-of-factly.
Yeah.
That's the brain of an IGL.
It's the equivalent of, come on, guys, let's just win this round,
Yeah, right.
That's so funny. But it does speak to maybe them feeling like Navi, who knows where they're going to be right now. We are getting different looks out of them, so.
They do be gremlins at the time.
Perfecto has been the star player on B, even though he's not been the first push. Bit is having a hard game.
True, 2 and 9.
Yeah.
Damn, didn't see it. Must be Perfecto picking up the slack. Again, continuing to just add value to this position. Does his role well and hits hard nowadays. Again, streamline a flashbang bit. Dives into it. He'll pick up Brolin. Then tease flash back. Perfecto with a nade out, almost flipped as he dives back around the corner into the B site and calls for assistance. Electronic and Simple both come over, stop, and change spots. They're going to use the op to try and hold off on B, but Electronic doesn't want to leave SDY alone.
Yeah, but it's been clearly uncomfortable with this kind of style of play that they've been using him in over and over again. It's like you say on paper, he's got the aim to do it. He should be comfortable doing it, but in his T positions, he's a lurker. He's actually a guy who kind of slow plays rounds. He can win a lot of his fights, but maybe he's not super confident at being extremely aggressive.
A little bit of an exec over towards brackets. Keeps 3 players occupied.
Let's see how Simple deals with front side smoke, but he's ahead of it right now. He's solo, 25 seconds. They're coming B.
Missed shot.
Crouch peek.
Yeah, Alexi just didn't extend far enough into the line of sight. Simple recovers with the second shot. Now we're down to the 15-second mark, but Hampus's nade will finish it off, and that top orange push from Estetag opens the bomb site wide enough for the Ninjas to take their 7th. It's a contemplate of a save. Do we go? Do we go? Do we hold? They're going to silently encroach ever closer.
Yeah, you can cut off rotations, and people do have to leave the site early, so they're from far distances on CT side. You might want to sit and wait, but they don't even want to lose a gun in this situation. So NIP will take a lead here. Kind of want to bring up Bit again. I think you know, he gets a kill, but he also gets traded. And I think 1 kill that's one of the better rounds that we've seen so far from him this half. Outside of that, if you're a T side, you would love to go 1 for 1 on the banana player and then just go forward with the round. Like, look what happens after they get Perfecto back. They get him to rotate out. Simple takes his place, and he's the only one on B. And NAVI have been doing a good job, but not running into the stack site that often. They did once or twice, but
I feel like they've done a really good job of leaving options open.
yeah.
You know, I mean, emphasis on that Brolin round where obviously Perfecto still steals it away with that millisecond left defuse. But they've kept NAVI on their toes, that's for sure. And honestly, 7 rounds on a T side of Inferno will keep you on your toes. And at the moment, keep NAVI on the edge of an economic collapse, Scout, and what was 2 M4s. But SCYs goes down. It's going to be grabbed by Simple as he falls back. And that leaves Electronics boosted over here towards the CT spawn. So just waiting for the smoke to go down and then a peek to interrupt it. It's going to have to take something spectacular from Electronic or Simple. Hell, Simple doesn't even have armor. Can't forget about that.
And NIP have not made a decision. So the stack will come after the clear out top banana. And it's very hard to get infos on T side and pick the right site without scouting. Don't know if they're going to want to do that. So there's a chance that they go back into it, but it looks like at 40 seconds, everybody here in mid, it will be an open site to take advantage of. So another great call here from Nip.
Yeah, Lexi. Brain pulsating tonight.
You know, no shade on Nip, but for thinking about this tournament and kind of how stacked it is, I mean, the playoffs with any potential of heroic or not G2 anymore, but heroic Liquid, Navi, Nip, and FaZe. It's like you got to be on, because we saw what FaZe have done so far.
Yeah,
I mean, they're clearly angry from the major and are continuing forward. Navi, they're the favorites to win this match. If it's this match, in fact, if they don't even win it easily, you're going to wonder what they're going to do moving forward in playoffs. And right now, they don't look that great.
You know, this entire event is kind of like the tale of redemption, right?
Yeah.
G2s from their failure to even qualify for Rio,
Yeah.
NIP and FaZe both from their 0-3, Navi for getting beat rather, you know, by Furia on their home soil. Liquid not making playoffs. It's like this whole entire group of teams is essentially about redemption.
Yes.
And, well, Ninja's dropping Navi here, even on this first map, let alone the series. That's when they really start to kind of turn that tail back.
Yeah.
And again, right, this is a team that's not at World Finals, not without a win here.
Yes.
So this is technically the end of their season. Everybody wants to end on a high note.
Mm-hmm. I think that does mean something, you know, like you go into practice in the off season, and if you lose that last tournament, that's your biggest memory.
Mm-hmm. It's the freshest wound.
I swear that'll dictate, you know, whether or not you make a roster move or not sometimes. I'm sure of it. Especially a tournament this size.
So final round of the half is going to be guns on both ends. Simple swinging the AWP, and honestly, you know what's been really kind of refreshing is we haven't seen, again, you know, it's Inferno T side, not necessarily the Opera's Paradise, but Rez can just lean back into his rifle role. It's very comfortable.
Yeah, and even on CT side, he's not even upping all that often.
No.
And again, Nip's best map.
Listen, Liquid pulled off a grand slam without a very clear Opera. Ninja's gonna try and maybe take that place. But on the other end, very talented sniper in Simple. Standing inside of the fire, down to 28 HP without seeing a soul. Bit rests ahead of him. And there's no overcommitment here from the Ninjas. Again, still feeling out towards the A site with Esatag and Happus. They're going to throw down that same kind of first stage of an A fake that they have previously.
They pulled Simple.
This is nothing new for Navi to deal with. And the last time, it was more of this. An eventual B hit.
Oh, another smoke. Oh, yikes. Okay. Well, they have to come through this. There's no choice.
Makes it awkward. So, utility, the name of the game right now for Navi's defense, but you also need the frags behind it. And Bit down first. But then everybody else gets delayed. They've got 5 seconds to spare. Alexi wants to kill Perfecto and will get there in the end, but it cost them Essa tag. Bomb plant in the nick of time. And everything left for Navi in this CT half is now met by smoke on CT cross. Awkward to get this retake rolling. They've got no grenades to do it. And they've got ninjas pressing into the boost. Oh, that is cool. Rez sees nothing. It allows for the ninjas to just turn attention back. But Hampus, he's also worried about Banana because they don't know that it's all 3 members of Navi in from coffins. Hampus sees a second. There's that first tap. Time getting low. Peek out from Rez to close out versus Sumdai Young and Simple clucked from the sky, down and dead as NIP find 9 on a T side of Inferno.
Cluck, cluck.